Hello, I am Dr. Jain Suransh, and I have recently completed my PhD in chemical engineering. And my topic for research was development of low-cost earthen membrane for the treatment of wastewater and simultaneous electricity generation.
So, sir, according to you, what is research?
So, research can the definition of research can vary with every person. The approach is all that matters. So, for me, research is a systematic and a creative approach towards increasing or enhancing your existing pool of knowledge. Okay, so in order to conduct a research, you should know what already has been done and what and you should and after conducting not after conducting in the course of your research you should have a clear visual of what you want out of your research, and a good pillar or a good base for your research is a very thorough literature survey.
So, sir, according to you, what should be the tips a researcher should keep in mind before starting the research work?
Okay, so the answer to this question also varies with from one researcher to another, because uh, every person has their own approach towards conducting a research. What I have done is what according to me is the approach towards a good effective research is that you should work on the topic of your interest, because if the topic is of your interest you can definitely do good in that particular topic, right? Then you have to understand that topic, and for that again the literature survey is very important. You should be able to pick or point out the research gaps in that particular literature survey you are doing, right? Then out of that research gaps you should pick a particular problem out of which you can establish a problem statement. That problem statement has to be the most interesting topic that you can work upon. Okay, now picking a particular problem statement, and after that you have to do a rigorous literature survey on that particular problem statement, right? Because a rigorous literature survey is actually paving a path towards conducting a impactful or effective research, right? Once that path is paved, you have prepared uh, your SOPs, your uh, like state like your procedure towards conducting that research, right? Then you will get some results, right? After the results are obtained you have to analyze those results to reach a particular conclusion. That conclusion can vary, like the research are always not positive. Not positive means the results are not always what you want, right? Sometimes the results can vary and they can be like extremely opposite of what you were expecting. So this is a very like normal part and parcel of conducting a research. But if you are actually following the procedures step by step towards conducting that particular research or your like experiments, in my case I was conducting experiments. So what SOP I have prepared, I have to stick to them particularly, because deflecting from that particular procedure can be a can have a negative impact on your research, right? The results are most important, of course, because they actually leads you to a conclusion. That conclusion can be constructive or can be sometimes what you were not expecting. That is a basic part and parcel. But my suggestion to every researcher is that you should not conduct your research in bits and pieces. Like you take one topic, another topic for another research. You should not conduct many small researches in your particular research, right? You should take your research from your desk to the community. It has to be that effective. Your research will be said or concluded that this is a successful research only when it can effect when it can have effect on community level. Right? So this is what like my tips for conducting a good research.
Thank you, sir.